What's up, everybody? Hopefully everyone's doing well. This is Dominique, your friendly YouTube CFP. And you notice that little zoom down in the corner? How does that go? Like this? I can't tell. Yeah, I think like that. We are inside the new Jumpstart community. So there are some people that are looking at this in Zoom through the webinar. There's some people, I think, also on the YouTube channel. So no matter where you are, I consider you the Jumpstart extended family if you're not inside the webinar. But anyways, happy that you are here. This is going to be fun today. I'm going to kind of take my time. And hopefully you don't have that much to do on this holiday weekend. Happy 4th, everyone. And I'm hoping that you get a whole lot out of today's deal that we're going to have today. So the way that I want to work this is we have a couple of things to do. Actually, hold on. Let me make sure that I am. Okay, yeah, it is recording. Just want to make sure. I almost got scared. So the way I want to do this today is I want to kind of mesh what we do for the once a month roll call that was supposed to happen on Monday, but then I thought, it's a holiday weekend. I'm going to do an event on Friday, then another on Monday. I was like, let's just do one event. So we will not necessarily do Q&A, but we will do celebrating of wins, because I always want to celebrate. I always want to recognize those that are moving towards the trajectory of becoming a financial professional, and whatever that means for you, whether that's passing an exam, getting an internship, starting your own firm, whatever, getting a job. I want to recognize that because I know how much momentum it takes and how much blood, sweat, and tears you exchange for it. So therefore, we want to acknowledge that. So we're definitely going to do that. Then I want to talk about what is happening in Jumpstart. There's been so many changes in, let's call it the last few weeks, that if you've been a part of this community for a while, you're like, what the heck is going on, Dominique? So I want to explain that. And I got a huge announcement that if you stay with me, you're going to get the benefit of that too. So got a lot in store for roughly this next 45, 60 minutes or so. All right. So, excuse me, I am losing my voice. I've had a lot of meetings this week. And so excuse me if I clear my throat a couple of times. I think where I want to start, this is bad early. There we go. Okay, that'll work. Let's get some water here or something like that. All right, here we go. So where I want to go now is I want to talk about the wins. There are people that, and let me know if you're in the community, if you even like this portion. I think it's cool. I think it's good to have someone say, hey, you've done this or you've done that. And so that's the way we're going to kind of work this. Let's make sure that that is down here. I think I can use this microphone. Oh, by the way, let me know if I'm like echoing and all that kind of stuff. I know before that was kind of an issue. And let's just say this. If you're showing up, I want to acknowledge that. If you do have a question, throw that in the chat. If I can get to it, I definitely will. So that's how we'll do that. I'm going to go with the little background music from right now. I'm turning it down all the way that it can go. So there we go. All right. So I think the only win we have, but I want to spend a little time on this, is Mr. Michael Korch. So hooray for Michael here. Where are my applause? My applause for Michael. Yeah. So Michael did the 65. So this is basically the exam that you're going to take that will allow you to have the ability to give advice. So if you work for an RIA or if you're going to start your own, you definitely need the 65. Now, I would say that this is honest, and I did a video about this a little while ago. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say this exam is probably about a 7.5, especially if you're a career changer. There's a lot of people that take this exam, take it and fail it, and then they have to come back and take it again. So this is one of those exams where it's not easy. You have to do some work to actually acclimate yourself to not only the aspect of financial advice and what you can offer a client and blah, 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 but there's also a lot of law in it too. So the securities law part is what got me. So anyways, all that to say, congratulations to Michael. Michael's actually had joined us for the spring cohort. So he is inside the course. He's inside the community. I don't know if he's on this call or watching on YouTube, but kudos to you, dude, for passing that. Okay, great stuff. Let me just make sure that is the case with as far as us doing only those as far as the celebrations are concerned. All right, I think we're good. Okay, now what we're going to get to is some super fun stuff with the changes. So, well, how do we want to start this? So for years, I've been on Facebook, like most of you, right? I was contemplating for a long time, maybe in the last 12 months, like, I get social media, I get why you need to be there, but I don't really like social media. You guys probably like, Dom, you post on there all the time. You got stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know. But as far as personal, Dominique, if you look at my personal Facebook page, there's not a lot of activity. There's a lot of activity on my business page. But all that to say, I realized the vacuum of, the sucking sound that happens when people start to open up their Facebook app, right? It's like you can go to look and see how much time you spend there on the phone or whatnot. But all that to say, I had to ask myself a really hard question recently. And I said, for what I'm trying to do, for who I'm trying to serve, and my own personal mission, is Facebook the most optimized platform, the best platform for me for my highest and best use, for the use of time that I have to trade in order to get everybody's attention on that platform? And the answer was no. I couldn't really find the angle by which it made sense. And granted, I've done a lot of great things, I think, through the Facebook group and my business page and yada, yada, yada. And so we will have a weaning off period, if you will, but I could not justify the amount of time I spend and actually where I want to take this. Like, you guys are looking at Jumpstart now, especially if you've joined in the last, let's call it 6 months. There's been a lot of changes from the beginning. And like, I even have bigger visions for where this thing will go. And I'm just thinking longer terms. And I'm like, this is not going to really work. I see you guys active in the chat. What's going on? Oh, Dr. Severine Bryant registered and was accepted to the government's contract program. Kudos to you. Congratulations, Dr. Sev. Okay, so this is, if you're watching on YouTube, that's why you need to be inside the community, which we're about to talk about in just a second, so you can kind of, get into the chat. All right, here we go. So I had to make the decision to get off. So what did I do? I started looking at all these different platforms, and I said, oh man, this is going to be cool. So I'm going to show you that, but I'm going to show you something that I think is long overdue. Been asked for it for a long time. I just haven't really had time to get around to it until I was forced to make this move off of Facebook into our new community. And so I created a wiki page. So this wiki page I think is pretty cool because it allows you to see everything that's going on in Jumpstart and what Jumpstart is. I'm gonna have to show it to you in just a second. Give me a second. And I think it will help people realize all the things that, give me a second. Let's see here. You love to see that, don't you? Okay, hold on a second. That is annoying. I'm sorry. Let me find the page. Okay. So now we have the Jumpstart wiki page, and I'm gonna have to move myself around here accordingly, so I won't be in the way. So you can go to youtubecfp.com/jumpstart-wiki. So what this page is intended to do is do exactly what I put there, which is, if you have questions about becoming a financial professional, look no further. The Jumpstart community is here to help. Like, what I found is I was getting all these different inquiries and questions, and I love talking to you guys, don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, though, I was answering the same question over and over and over and over again. And then I go watch my YouTube videos, and they're like, well, Dom, you have 3 years worth of YouTube videos on YouTube. And so it may take a little while to get through, just a little bit. So I was cognizant of that. And so what I said is, let's create somewhere for you to get your burning questions answered. So if you're inside the community, I'll show you where this is in just a second, but this is one of those areas where I think will provide a lot of value in that you can just kind of go through the questions that are here. And that's what people ask me the most. And so I think hopefully it's going to be helpful for people that are looking through or hearing about Jumpstart, maybe on a podcast, or people hear about what I do all different ways. Obviously the YouTube channel, and we'll hook all this stuff up there. But I think this is by far the best way for you to kind of get a inside peek before you make the commitment of joining the community for free. So all that to say, I'm really happy that this is here now, and that you guys will be able to kind of congregate or coalesce around the most burning or the most frequently asked questions or whatnot. There are so many different things that you can do when it comes to this community. And so we're going to hop there now. And if you're not in the community, I'm going to say, what is your problem? Because this is, every time I've talked to somebody, it's been like, hey, I wish you were here 5 years ago, or how many ever years ago I decided to get into finance or go down this path. So all that to say, we have moved to a platform that is called Mighty Networks. So Mighty Networks is basically, I would call it LinkedIn / Facebook / everything that you've known about social media and social media platforms for the last 10 years. And it's combined all that inside of a closed universe. And what do I mean by closed? Like, there's no ads. The one thing I knew about Facebook is that it makes the assumption that everybody's friends already. So like when you join a group, it's expecting that you know that person, in my opinion, because like, unless you're friends with that person and you see their profile, you don't know where they're coming from. You don't know what their life story is. You don't know any of that kind of stuff. And what I would like for Jumpstart, the community to have is the aspect of community, right? And it's really hard to do that on Facebook unless you're friends already. So this one allows you to do so many different things. And I'm just going to show you a couple of things right now. I think one of the best things to do as soon as you get in, and just so you know, the way it looks when you get in is the following. Let's see if we can demonstrate this. It has a mobile app that you should definitely download that I think is super cool and allows for all the different bells and whistles. It looks like my screen didn't switch. Give me just a second, guys. We're just chilling. Hopefully you don't have anywhere to go. Okay, it looks like this when you first start, right? So when you first start, it looks like this, and you can go through this deal and you have to sign up, right? So you have to request to join. And when you request to join, you can fill out your name, all this other kind of stuff, okay? So that's that. Let's get back to where I was. Once you're inside, I'm obviously having a problem here with my screens. Okay, once you're inside, it looks like this. And one of the first things I think, hey, Jackie, can you send Erica the wiki page login real quick? Okay, right so now. Thank you. All right, so the deal here is you go in and you go to your view profile. I think that's the best way to do this. And you kind of go through and fill out your profile. That's the best way to do it. So let me show you edit mine. So you just put your name in, about you, where you're at. I'm in DeSoto, Texas. I'm a financial professional. That's my interest. I have a couple pre-chosen ones here. And throw your social profiles in there, right? Specifically, if I was to choose one, LinkedIn. LinkedIn for this community is going to be your best bang for the buck, okay? So you want to make sure that you are having a way that people can connect with you and go see what you're doing on LinkedIn or all these other things and get a little bit more about you or learn a little bit more about you so they can connect with you. And so you might want to throw your introduction in there. You can do all this stuff. And these are all the courses that I have, yada, yada, yada. We'll go through that. So then you save and close. That way, when you are in the community and somebody clicks on you, and I'm going to use one of my Jumpstart ambassadors, I know Corey won't mind. If you go to their profile, you get to see all this stuff. Like, I know he's a CFP candidate. I know that he's a financial planner filling the gap between young professionals in their retirement savings, debt, and management. So I get to know a little bit about Corey. I can send him a DM and follow, say hello. I can follow him. I know I can look at his activity to see what he's up to since I'm interested in what he's doing. I can see that he's a career changer. I can learn a little bit more about him. Oh, and I was like, oh, he's a part of this course. What's that more about? I can go ask Corey, what's that course about? So there's so many cool things. Like, you can't do that in Facebook unless you're friends with somebody, and then their profile might be hidden, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But when you're thinking about, at least me as a founder, thinking about building a community of like-minded individuals all traversing down the same path, then this is super helpful. So it was almost like a no-brainer when it came to, like, what are we going to move from if not Facebook? So I'm super excited about this move because I think it's going to help the focus be on community and connection. At the end of the day, folks, as much as I love you and I know you love me, I cannot do this myself. If Dominique was to get hit by a truck tomorrow, I still got to work on my business continuity plan for this side of the business. So I want the community to be able to go on, be beyond me, because it is beyond me. Financial advice is a beyond me. I'm finite. I will only help so many people, which is the reason why I'm doing this, so that while I'm here on the earth, I can give back as much of my knowledge as I can so that all the people that are interested in financial services as being procurers of advice, if you will, that they will be able to do what they can do, at least with the knowledge that I'm depositing into the industry. So hopefully that makes sense to you. This is, again, about creating a network that you guys can get value from and provide value to also. So let's go through a little bit more of this, and then we're going to pop to the big announcement. Okay, so the other thing I really love about this, and there's a link for the wiki. If you are in the community, you can just hit the thing right, this link right here. It'll take you to the wiki. What I like about this too is the interest. So you can kind of follow different interests, which is really cool. And this is all created by me, but you can make suggestions. about what you want to see in here. So the other thing is topics. So you can follow different topics that may interest you, and we'll add to these. This is, the first 3 weeks of this community so far. So we're really, really new. This is going to be basically your hub for everything financial. So, or everything about making the leap into financial services, let's say that. So I'm super excited about it. As you can probably tell, there's been a buzz about me, and I've been wanting to let the cat out of the bag for a very long time. And today is that day. So definitely pop in if you're watching this on the replay or whatever, and you're like, oh, I didn't know what he was doing. He sent me a bunch of emails, but I never got on, blah, 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 whatever your excuse was, you no longer have that excuse. You can go in and go check it out. There's so many cool things. I'm going to pop back to the wiki real quick because there's a lot of really good information in here. But if you go here, I've added the Jumpstart Community Roadmap. So what does that mean? Well, sometimes you guys are like, this thing is all great, and I feel like I'm on this ship that's going in the right direction, but where are we going again? You might be thinking, like, what the heck? Where are we going? Hey, I'm just popping in the chat real quick. KSI Digital Marketing. It's called Mighty Networks. You can just go to mightynetworks.com and check out more about that. Ricky Taylor, what's going on? IO80. Hey, how you doing? Oh, what's going on? Schedule a call with me. Go to the Jumpstart Wiki page, and there is a schedule your call, right here. Just click that button, and you can book time with me. Okay, that's how you do that. Okay, so you might be on the ship, and you're like, Dom, where's the ship going, dude? So the way you do that is you would pop into the community roadmap. So for Q1, my big thing was relaunching the podcast, actually. And so that was, kind of checked the box there. For Q2, which was officially over a couple of days ago, was moving the community to Mighty Networks from Facebook. So yay, we're done with that. I can't actually go in and click this because this is the page that you guys actually see, but I'm gonna go click that off after we're done because I like to check things off my list. I'm a list person. Okay, and then launch the Career Changer Blueprint program, which we're gonna be talking about in just a second. Hang tight. And then you can see what I have on the roadmap. These are not promises. These are intentions. So don't come to me in December and say, Dom, you said in Q3 we're going to have community groups based on interest. Yeah, but I still have a wealth management firm to run and yada, yada, yada. So these are things that I just have in my mind that I want to do and that I'm sharing inside of the community. So all that to say, there's a ton of stuff going on here, guys. And so I am trying to make, just so you know, personally, and a lot of people as my witness, definitely Jackie as my witness, I am trying to make this the most sought after platform to grab next generation financial services talent. What does that mean? I want RIAs and independent firms and all types of people that basically sell financial services to be coming to Jumpstart to find their next group of talent. That's what I want. That is my big vision there. I've just told you it. So I am trying to do everything I can to build up that platform because there are so many more people that need advice versus people that, or there's so many people that need advice versus the people that are in the industry to give it. There's a lot of people in the industry, but all these people aren't good people. So I am trying to create a platform by which good people can communicate, connect, get together, sharpen each other, share best practices, learn from one another, and do all those things, and then go out there and be that, superpower, superhero. Where I like Marvel and all those comics and stuff. Be that superhero, financial advisor, financial coach, financial planner, financial therapist, financial educator, whatever. So that's what I want. That's what I want for Jumpstart. So that's what we're building here. So if you're with me, thumbs up, because we are on a mission to change the world with financial advice, with good financial advice. All right. Now, as we pivot, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about something that has been near and dear to me for a while. Let me set this up before we go through a little, I guess, presentation, if you will, as I kind of talk about the big announcement. So the big announcement, I am always changing things. ask my trusty assistant, Jackie. I am always changing things. I'm always trying to, and I'm not changing them just to change them. I'm changing them so that they can get better. And so literally almost 3 years ago, I wrote what currently is the digital curriculum for the professional development program. And it's gone through so many names. I don't even want to try to give it a name now, but basically it's your roadmap into financial services. And as I had more and more people go through this thing, and I was thinking about the types of outcomes that I've heard them say that they have, and, you know, just transparently, you know, some people not getting the outcomes that they want. All that stuff I think is really good. But then I was like, how can we make this better? Do we need to tear it all the way down to make it better? Do we need to add some stuff to make it better? All this stuff. So like I am always constantly thinking about this. So this is what came of it. And I think this segues pretty well into what I want to show you guys now. So give me a second here. I am going to transition to all right, here we go. Let's do that. And then we're going to do, give me a second here. All right. Okay. I know you're seeing a black screen right now. I know that. Okay. So when I was thinking about changing this thing, I said to myself, what is the question that people ask me all the time? Like, what is the real question that I'm getting from the aspiring, nope, not that question. What question am I getting from the aspiring financial professional? And that was, Dominique, essentially what you guys were asking me was, what is the most valuable set of skills that I need to have as a financial professional? When I'm thinking about this career change, and I'm gonna have to move myself around. Give me a second here. Yeah, okay. What is the most valuable set of skills I can have as a career changer, aspiring financial professional? Because I want to work in this industry. Now, a lot of you, let me just bifurcate for just a second, and I love you all the same. A lot of you come to me and don't know this is what you want to do. You're on the fringes. You're still thinking about it. You want to look into it. Day in the Life of Financial Advisor has more than 50,000 views now. So I totally get that. You may not be all in, and that's okay. I want you to find out more, do more research, take whatever time you need to figure out what it takes for you to get all in. Okay, I'm cool with that. So don't get me wrong. However, when I think about who I can help and how I can help them best, I have to think about the person that's ready to make this jump now. And so that's the answer that I needed to have come to me. And so all that to say, I've been thinking about all the things so it was that question. And then it was the follow-up questions like, how do you go from being like super alone to being accountable in the community? How do you go from confused and overwhelmed, Dominique, with all this information that's out there to being confident and certain on my path? And then how do I go from having little to no passion about what I do to being fully energized about what I want to do? Like that's what my highest best use is in answering those questions, providing solutions and value for the person asking those questions. So if you're asking those questions, you're going to be super excited about what I'm going to show you right now. That was this evolution in my mind, at least, of we need a blueprint. Like we need a blueprint for these people to like go step by step. And it wasn't just my course. It was more than the course. So you'll see that in just a second. So just hopefully you're following along with me because I pride myself on being somewhat of a good storyteller. At least my kids used to think so. But anyways, you needed a blueprint. So all that to say, that's what came here. I posted this in the Facebook group. You may not remember because there's so much crap in the feed, but I posted this several weeks ago and asked what you would want to see because I was like, I don't know if this is going to be a book. I don't know if this is going to be a white paper. I don't know what it's going to be. But I was thinking career changer blueprint, right? That was my idea around how this community provides the most valuable set of skills for financial professionals to have. And this is a thing where it's like, it's not just getting in the industry and learning about the industry from A to Z and figuring out the past and the compensation and all that kind of stuff. That's all great. But you also need coaching. You need mentoring. You need to look over the shoulder of somebody doing this. You need to be able to talk with people that are already in the industry that could hire you and give you a job. You need to hear what they're saying, and you need to be able to go back and forth with them. And I was like, I provide that format on the podcast, but not really in person. So like, these are all the things that are going through my mind while I'm thinking about this career changer blueprint. So much stuff here, but at the end of the day, the career changer blueprint, and I want to show you some things. That's why I'm not going to spend too much of my time here talking about it. The career changer blueprint is not only curriculum, it's not only coaching and mentorship, it's not only accountability with your community of people that's going through this with you. It's not only time with firm owners and thought leaders and recruiters. It's that whole package that gives you the confidence that I have the skills it takes to be a financial professional. That's what it is. Because more than anything, I realized that to make the leap, people need confidence. Like, it's a mental thing. It's like what's going on between these two ears here in your head. Like, yeah, I get the confidence part. I get the education part. I get all that stuff. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. A lot of you guys that come to me about what course should I take, or where should I take my courses, or should I take this test? Those are all table stakes, guys. That's not what makes you successful here. There's the level of, and I've talked about this before. Let's go through that framework. You need desire and motivation, which I cannot give you. You have to come to the table with that. You need skills and opportunity, skills and knowledge. I'm giving away my framework. You need skills and knowledge. That's table stakes. That's the stuff that people, should I go take CFP? Should I go CHFC? Should I go Series 65? All that stuff. Yes, you do need that to operate in this industry. But more than anything, you need opportunity. And you will not take advantage of opportunities unless you have the confidence to do so. So that was my aha with this. I almost kind of feel like I need to be like, yeah, can I get an amen on that? Because that was the deal. That was the real part that I think was lacking. And I wanted to improve upon that. So all that to say, ladies and gentlemen, if you're still here with me, hopefully you are, the blueprint, the career changer blueprint, how does this work? Okay. So I already talked about all this, blah, blah, blah. I got excited and I went off script. How does it work? So inside the program, and this is only happening inside the community. I'm sorry for people that don't want to spend the 5 seconds it takes to sign up for the free Mighty Networks and create a profile. Maybe you're like, this is just one more platform to keep up with. Okay, I get it, but I can't help you if you don't want to sign up. But so it's going to happen inside our community, and it's going to be inside an exclusive group. It's going to contain all the stuff that I talked about. So to have the curriculum, which I am calling your roadmap into financial services. So if you've been with me a while and you're like the professional development program, it's essentially the curriculum for the professional development program. It's going to be coaching and mentoring, but coaching, you have access to the coaching vault and live monthly calls. There's a private community. So the cool thing about this, which I was not able to do on any other platform, this is why I love Mighty Networks. Shout out to Gina. Can't say her last name, but CEO, founder of Mighty Networks, has done a great job with this community. Can't say enough about it. Of course, it has its flaws, but I love it right now. Inside the community of Jumpstart can be sub-communities for specific interest. And the Career Changer Blueprint will have its own sub-micro community of people that have gone through the program, that are going through the program. And I think that's going to be super powerful to be, fraternizing, if you will, with people that are right where you are, maybe 6 months ahead of you, 6 months in back of you, whatever. So that's another aspect of it. And then these live invites. So kind of the idea I have for this is almost like coffee with CEO, fireside chat. Bring in a friend of mine of the industry. I have a lot of them now, and ask them, what do you feel it would take for an aspiring financial professional to make it in this industry? Pick their brain, let you ask them questions, all that kind of stuff. So that is the core of the Career Changer Blueprint. And that is what I'm trying to do, because I think when you're thinking about exposure to this industry, and I think about all the different things that I've heard over the years that help people, this is the mix of that. So now, the $1 million question, if you will, $64,000 question. That used to be a show. I'm dating myself a little bit. Okay, so what does this cost, Dominique? All right, so I thought about this. I went back and forth because at the end of the day, I believe of two things. I believe the best things in life are not free, and I believe you absolutely will do what you pay for. And I've never tried to get rich off of this. Hopefully everybody that knows me really knows that, because at the end of the day, I could spend 100% of time on my RIA and charge 1% and be done. But at the end of the day, I also realize that there is a great need for what I have inside of me and can give to other people. And it's like, what is that? The first Spider-Man with the Tobey Maguire's, like to whom much is given, much is required. You know, with great power comes great responsibility, whatever that saying is. But the reality is I hem and hawed about the price point on this for a long time, and I came up with $189 a month, which I think is fair, or $1,900 a year if you want to pay for the year. So in that, you get all the stuff that I just talked about, all those things, but I was like, how can I make this sweeter for people that really, really want to do this, but they're like, $189 a month is a lot, Dominique. I said to myself, and this is the big announcement, I said to myself, what would be appropriate for Independence Day when it comes to financial freedom, essentially? Financial freedom that you are potentially or in the future going to be giving away to your clients. So if you sign up before July 5th, and I'm probably going to turn this on in a couple hours after this call or so, some last finishing touches here. But anyways, sign up before July 5th. I'm going to throw in some really cool bonuses. So the first is your LinkedIn profile with Dom. So I have a module inside the course, which we can demo in a little bit if we got time, with a dear friend of mine that all she does is LinkedIn profiles. And I was like, the way that we take this to another level is everything that you learn in that module, why don't I sit with you and spruce up your LinkedIn profile? Like just my touch from the lens of a person that hires people in this industry and has been in an industry. Let me show you exactly what you need to have on that LinkedIn profile. So that's one bonus. The second bonus is you get Day at the Office with Dom. So what does that look like? That's an over the shoulder view of how I create the plans for my clients, the software I use, my tech stack, just what I'm thinking about in the three-step process that I go through with clients, from introduction to discovery to the actual plan meeting, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to give you insight on that and show you how that works. Never really revealed that before. And I don't know why. I think I was just doing other stuff, but these people will get access to that. Of course, what would a Dominique giveaway be without swag? We got to have swag. So we'll throw some swag in there. And here's the thing, you're going to price lock for as long as you are in the program. So as long as you're in the program, that's the cool thing about this. It's, if you're cool with it and you're getting value out of it, keep paying. If you're not, then don't. I'm not going to hold you to like some subscription terms or like none of that. Just pay as long as you think you can get value out of it. I kind of think, just so you know, the path of a career changer is anywhere from 12 to 18 months. So I think you should just budget in that amount of money for 12 to 18 months to make the path, to make the leap. Now, what I will say is there are quicker ways to make the leap. And I think this is probably going to be one of the more quicker ways. And so just to not give you any excuse, because like that 189 is a deal, possibly, is today until the 5th, 109. 109 a month or $1,000 a year before July 5th. And then obviously the price goes to 189. And so I'm almost thinking like this is like the steal of the century. At least that's kind of the way I look at this. I think that so many of the people that I've talked about so many of the students that I have that are getting real results have made comments to me like they would have paid way more than what they've done with the way that the program was priced before. So, and I got something for all of you. Don't worry, you're going to get an email from me if you're already purchased this program in 2021, or the let's call it the the prior version of this. I got something for you. Okay, so all that to say, there's a lot going on in Jumpstart. And if you're not a part of Jumpstart and you're trying to become the next generation financial professional, my question for you is, why not? Like, literally, like, why not? Like, what is the hang up here? Like, we're trying to do so much to make sure that you find your place in the financial services industry that I really don't know of anybody else that is kind of doing this for you. So there are some cool things. I'm going to try to do something. I'm going to try to pull something off real quick. And I'm going to try to show you what the course looks like, or what the Career Changer Blueprint will look like inside the app. Although I know you probably won't do this on the app just because of the user experience and there's small screens and all this other kind of stuff. But I think it would be helpful for you to see that the mobile app in the community has as much legs as the desktop version, okay? So just give me a second here. Let's see if this, boom, there we go. So yeah, I'm on YouTube, guys, that's right. I had to answer the chat. Okay, so where you do is when you have this, you go here and you're in the community. This is after you're in already. I'm not going to go through the whole tutorial. I've done this a lot of different times. Actually, hold on a second. I didn't know my face wasn't on the screen. You guys know what I look like. Let's just go over here, go through it right now. So when you're on there, when you sign up for any courses, they're going to all show up down here for you. So I'm the founder. I'm in every course, of course. But they'll all show up down there, the things that you have privy to. Now, where you're going to, what you would do is for the Career Changer Blueprint, which I haven't activated yet. I will activate. Jackie, will you send me a quick email? So, because I'll get so excited and I will forget. Just send me a quick Slack message, actually, and I'll turn this on as soon as we get off. So people are like, I want to get in, but it wasn't there. So I'm going to do that. But anyways, this is what this thing looks like, guys. It's so super cool. Oh, I didn't turn it on. So, okay. So I have to go to, give me a second here. Maybe I should just turn it on now. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to turn it on because I want to show you what it looks like inside. Do you want to see what it looks like inside? Just throw your comments in the chat. Let's see. Let's go back here. Networking. I think I got to go here. Okay, so, all right. Now, let's see what works. Let's go back to refresh. There we go. All right, so that is what it looks like. Oops. All that. Why is it still not showing me that it's available for purchase? All right, so I apologize. I'm trying to figure it out, guys. It will be right when we get there. Let me show you what the course looks like. So inside the course, you have your roadmap into financial services. So this is one thing, and then I'll show you the vault, and then we'll be done. Or I'll answer some questions. I'll hang around for some questions. So these are all the different modules that you go through. So there's a lot of stuff in here. As most of my prior students know, this all looks similar to you, or should look similar, depending on how far you've gotten through the course, I guess. But that is the course itself. And I'm just collapsing these so you can kind of see the menu of stuff that is in here. So we start with adjusting your mindset, which is super important. You got to go through all this stuff. And so we have some videos. There we go. All of it's popping up. It looks pretty good in the mobile app. I've actually never looked at this, to be honest, in the mobile app. And then you also will have access to the coaching vault, which is, these are all the pre-recorded calls, but we also do a monthly call, right? So all that stuff in here, all that and more to help your journey when it comes to the financial services industry. And like, I'm super excited about it. I think I think it's going to be just great for everybody that is wanting to get involved. And I'll figure out how to turn this all on after I get off this call. So what is your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are your questions? Do you have questions? Let's see. Let me go to my chat. I don't know if my live webinar people have questions that you can ask if you want. Go ahead. I can actually, if you want to raise your hand, that works. And while you're doing that on the live webinar, I am going to check the YouTube channel. If you just give me just a second. Io, yes, if you sign up before the 5th, you are locked in at 109 going forward. Yes, that is the answer to that question. I already answered the KSI one. Oh, Ricky Taylor. Okay, yeah, glad you and Io can have this discussion probably a whole lot easier if you hop in the community together, because there's a direct messaging component there. But cool. All right. So let me just check my agenda real quick. That went a lot, relatively smooth. I was thinking that I was going to have so many issues with my technology because I got so many different bells and whistles here. But give me a minute. All right. Talked about that. Cool. Oh, I will say this. For the community at large, groups will be a thing. So one of the reasons why I wanted to tell you to actually, let's share screens real quick so I can show you what I'm talking about. Here. Let's go here. So if you go into the community and you go to settings or your profile, make sure you fill this part out, this interest. Oops. I would think this in my opinion, if you're gonna skip parts in your profile because you don't want to put it there for privacy or whatever, the one thing you want to fill out though is interest level. Because what I'm going to do once we get to critical mass inside the community, I'm going to create groups based on your interests. And I think those are going to be some really cool microcosms for further value exchange. For instance, this is kind of what I'm talking about, but I was in a thread and I saw that somebody was like, hey, anybody want to study for the CFP exam? And so I saw that and I was like, this would actually be a really great topic. So I created a topic so that now future CFPs can just follow this topic and chime in on this thread and connect with each other. So that's like, to me, that's just super powerful. Now, granted, you got to spend some time in the community. So like, maybe you're asking that, like, how much time should I spend in this? It's up to you. Like, how much value do you want? Like, that's the kind of way I look at it. Like, we're only going upwards in value from here. Like we won't be going backwards. We'll be going upwards. So it's about how much value do you need and want to get out of this. And again, if you have questions, throw them in here. You can make a suggestion like the wiki says right here, click that and throw your suggestions, ideas. There's all kinds of stuff going on here, guys. I'm just super excited. I think this is a great way to kick off the July 4th weekend. Cool. Thank you, Stacy. Stacy's saying that this looks fantastic. This is a labor of love. And also, I think what is the right thing to do? That's kind of the way I look at it. It's the right thing to do. All right. Very good. Well, I think that, so I did this all in 45 minutes. I can't believe it. I thought this was going to be like an hour plus. I had so much to talk about. I was so excited. I was a little worried when I looked at my outline. I was like, oh, but anyways, so we're good. We're good. Any questions? You guys know how to get in contact with me. The best way to do it is probably going to be in the community. Hint, hint. I'm probably going to be spending a lot of time in the community this weekend, probably. Just saying, if you wanted to talk to me on a DM, that might be the way to reach me. Just saying, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been great. And we will see you later. Bye.